Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Revert Reaction, and today I'm going to talk to you guys about the Crossworlds, or also known as Set 3 for Dragon Ball Super. The only things I will be talking about is the card list that the dbscardgame.com website, as you can see up here in the URL, has already put on their page. Anything found on Facebook, which there is more with that Crossworlds Championship, but I'm just going to be doing what is on the website, and then when the boxes come out themselves, I will be getting them, doing a box opening, and talking about the cards more there. So, for our first leader, our new leader, it's Pan. So here's the front. I'll read the front real quick. It says, is this the back of the front? Yeah, I don't know why this font right here is actually wrong. So the unawakened side is once per turn when you play a battle card, choose that card, it gains 5,000 power for the duration of the turn. Then if its power is 20k or more, which is anytime you're awakened, I'm assuming, or when you combo, draw a card. If you have to combo on the unawakened side just to draw a card, it's probably not worth it unless you were going to combo anyway, but there's still a lot of different uses for this. And then awakened, 4 or less, switch it over. The awakened side is play a battle card, choose that battle card, it gets 5k, and if it's over 20k or more, draw a card. And then when this card attacks, draw a card. So it's almost like a Trunks, except for the fact that it's not when you combo with a card, but it's like if you have any threat out and you give it this 5k and then it's 20k, you draw an extra card. So I can see that being really useful. I don't know quite yet how she's going to play out with the meta and how it works, but I can see it being a really good funsy deck. And real quick, I did not watch GT all the way through, so if I mispronounce some of these characters' names, since a lot of them are in GT, I apologize. A lot of the reds are from GT. So Dr. Mayu, I don't know. Doctor, we're going to just call him Dr. M. He's a choose one machine mutant battle card from your hand with 5k or less power and play it. Now, we're going to see probably when the set comes out more, and some of the cards down below, probably good for blockers or just straight combo cards. But, card 5k or less, even for unawakened, that's not too static. And then the awakened side, scheming Dr. M. Once per turn, choose one machine mutant battle card from your hand with 10k or less power and play it, and when this card attacks, draw a card. So, right now he sounds kind of, like a shit leader. Like, yeah, you can play a card from your hand, but the infinite meta cooler deck is better than this deck. So, better than this leader. So, we'll just have to see how that goes out. I don't see that doing really well, granted. I only skimmed these cards earlier, so maybe there's some machine mutants that are really good. Up next is Rising Fist Super Saiyan 2 Son Goku. Really simple. It's a 5 cost, 3 red. You can evolve with 3 red and 1 energy, which is a 1 cheaper, double strike, and when you evolve into this card, draw 2 cards. So, pretty straightforward card. 20k. And then we've got a 3-drop, 2 of them needing to be red. Determined Super Saiyan Son Goku. He is a critical. So I have noticed, and you'll see it, there's a lot of cards, as I'm throwing something on the ground accidentally, there are a lot of cards that are critical in Set 3. So this card is interesting, though, that before you're awakened, it costs 3 energy, but at the permanent, it says when your life is at 4 or less, increase the energy cost of this card in your battle area by 2. So if it's already out on the field, it becomes a stronger card because then Gotens can't kill it. I have it in my side deck actually. This Family of Justice Goten will not kill that card if anybody's still playing this card. It's in my side deck. So that helps that, but later in the game, if you get this, it just becomes combo juice or charge juice because there's no reason to spend 5 energy, 2 of them being red, on a 15k critical. Up next is the 1 charge. It has to be a red. Pint-sized warrior Son Goku. It is pretty much a kind Saiyan, but for GT, is what it is. When you play this card, look at the top 7 cards of your deck. Choose one red Son Goku GT among them and add it to your hand. So it's actually a little bit more specific than the kind Saiyan. I believe the kind Saiyan just states to, when you play this card, oh, it says blue Son Goku. Okay, so it's not as specific. This is the red Son Gokus. But it does say for GT. So it's a kind Saiyan, but for GT. Shocking Future Son Goku, 2 charge, both have to be red. Surprisingly, they're really hitting hard on these have to be reds. Auto at the end of the battle after you combo with this card. Choose up to 1 with 5,000 or less power from your deck and add it to your hand, then shuffle. Is it talking about combo power? This definition right here doesn't really... Okay, here it is. So at the beginning of your... Okay, so this definition left out the Son Goku GT, but it's saying 5,000 or less power, so maybe that's this card. You can pull this card out after comboing with this card, which to me sounds kind of dumb. You have a card to search out a card that searches out a card, but who knows? It is just a combo. We got a 1-drop Pan, straight 10k Pan. Sure, maybe she's good if there's an evolution onto it. I need to look. Up next is a 4-drop, 2 red, reliable Trunks. He is a 2 red evolve onto a Trunks GT. Critical, because Trunks, like his father, is always critical. When you play this card, draw a card, and then choose one of your red leaders or battle cards, and it gets 5k power duration for the turn. So it's almost like a Light of Hope Trunks, but it's just that one turn that you can really get it. But this is going to be a really strong card, I feel like, because it doesn't say when you evolve. You can evolve onto this turn 2, but it's still only a 4-drop. It's a 20k, and it's critical. Something that, 4Ks or 4 drops, 20Ks, and then an ability is pretty common. Kale's a 4-drop with critical, but she has an ability also, which this does too. And this actually gives you more of an ability, so I'm wondering if this is going to be a newer Kale. Let's see here. Let me read Kale real quick. Well, no, I lied, because Kale KOs something, but this is like the less expensive version of Kale. I lied. So here we go, a Quick Rush Trunks, critical. 2-drop, 15k critical. Lots of criticals in this deck. I'll kind of talk about it here in a bit when we get to it, but there's a leader that I plan on running with this, and I'm going to try it out. It's going to be a strictly red deck, and it's going to be an aggro deck, and I can see this card and this card being in there because crits hurt. Crits hurt a lot. So then we're to Dependable Robot Giru. He's a blocker, but he's not just any blocker. He's one of those free blockers. If Pan is in your battle area or leader area, you can play this for free. Simple enough. We had Mai for Trunks. We have Videl for Gohan, and we have Krillin for androids. So here's just another one. And then we got Handy Giru. He is the red super combo. So the super combos are like the original 10k boost combos that draw a card, but this one, you can only have 4 super combos in your deck, and I'm yet to wonder. So this is for blue. It is the boost attack Piccolo. It does not say super combo on there, but I'm assuming it's going to count as a super combo, because if not, then you could have 4 of these, 4 of the regular 10ks, and then you now have 80,000 combo potential while drawing a card. I mean, it's crazy. So this super combo is just draw a card when it's red, and it gets 10,000 combo. And we'll get down to some of the other ones in a bit. So, Hidden Power Oob, 3-drop, 2 red, double strike, 20k. He's going to be strong for aggro decks. That's a lot to have 3-drop. I can't actually think of any other 3-drops that are 20k and double strike. But and then GT. Bodyguard Legic. He is a blocker, 3 cost, 2 red, permanent. When your opponent has battle cards in their battle area and you have none, you can play this for free. So he has the potential to be broken. He is now a free blocker for everybody. It's, hey, guess what? You don't have any battle cards? Play this for free. Could you imagine late game? That would be devastating. Power absorbing Lud. If Pan is not under this card, it cannot attack. Once per turn, choose a battle card from your drop area and place it under this card, and then it gains double strike. So it's a 3-drop, 25k, but if you don't get a Pan under it, it can't attack. So this card is just disgusting. If you ran 4 or more Pans and you got it at the beginning, comboed with it first turn or second turn, and then you played this, that's insane. 25k, double strike, just for the turn. But you get to put a battle card under it each turn, but you need the Pan in there first or it can't attack. Sorry, text message. We got Dr. M again under Baby's control. It is a 1-drop, 1 red. When you play this card, look at the top 3 of your deck, choose 1 machine mutant or card whose name includes Baby among them, and then add them to your hand, then shuffle your deck. Simple enough. Another just kind of looking for stuff. 5-drop, General Evolved, Hyper Meta Rildo. 5-drop, 3 red. Double strike. When you play this card, choose all of your opponent's battle cards, and they lose 10k of power for the duration of turn. If a battle card's power falls to 0 or less, it is KO'd. When this card attacks, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards with 10,000 or less, and then kill it. Sorry, I was thirsty. So, hidden ability, General Rildo. Union Absorb. Well, okay, so first off, it's a 3-drop, 2 have to be red, 15k, 0, 5,000. Union Absorb, choose one of each Nezi, Knot, Bizu, and Ribbit from your drop area and place them under this card. Choose up to 1 General Rildo with 25k power from your deck and place it on top of this card. So I'm assuming that card is Union Absorb for this card. I'm assuming. That is a lot of cards, though, unless it's going to be like the Frieza deck where you just kind of dump cards ridiculously. But who knows. And then we got Triple Union Super Sigma. Double strike. Place this card in your drop area. Draw 2 cards. Then choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards and it loses 10k power for the duration of the turn. I can't see you doing this unless you're trying to go all out at the very end of the game. You swing with this for double strike, and then during main you place it in the drop area and then draw 2. That's the only way I can see this card really coming into play. But again, they're really heavy on the red emphasis. They don't want you playing this without paying the red, and I don't understand why. It is a 4-drop. 3 of them have to be red. That is ridiculous. Normally for 4 drops, this is a card, this is a card. I've got cards here that I'm looking at, and they're normally just 2 drops. I've got 2 for green and 1 for blue looking at them, and they're really pushing the colors here. Commander Nezi, Union Absorb to get this guy. When you play this card, if your leader is Dr. Mew, you can go get a Nat. And here's a Nat. You can go get someone else. These cards are really intertwined, and I can't really see somebody using them that much. But again, get another card. Get another card. Okay, here we go. Pride and Justice, Topo. Counterattack. Play this card and negate the attack. Permanence. If your opponent's leader has 15,000 or more power, reduce the energy cost of this in your hand by 2. So, if your opponent has 15,000 power, you can negate it for 2 and play it at the same time. This says when this card KOs an opponent's battle cards, switch it to active. So, it's like a Jiren, except I'm assuming you can do this over and over and over again. If I kill a battle card, I restand it. I'll kill another battle card, restand it. It doesn't say once per turn, but it's not a double strike. So I'm assuming by not saying once per turn, it makes it not as broken, but they don't give it double strike, which I feel like Topo should have been double strike or critical. Unyielding Awakening, 1 drop, counterattack. Negate the attack, then choose up to one of your red Saiyan leader cards, and it gets 5k power. So this is a negate with a sensu bean. Essentially, you are paying 1 red, you're negating the attack, and then you just gave your red leader, so Pan, you just gave her 5k for the rest of the turn. Now, if this does not show up for any other leader, that's broken. Or any other color, so we'll see. But even then, you can't use this on Dr. Mu. It is specifically for Pan. It almost feels like they're trying to really make Pan overpowered. Grand Tour Spaceship, 2 red, or 2 energy, 1 red. Look at the top 7 of the cards on your deck. Choose 1 Son Goku, Trunks GT, Pan, or Giru with 15k or less power and play it. So from what we've seen, you can pay 2, and then you can get a 15k pretty easy and play it. Nothing too crazy. Baby Sadul, 3. All 3 have to be red. Again, they're really pushing this red hard. Threes normally have like one of them being color specific, not all 3. So this one says if your leader is a machine mutant, or Dr. M, choose one of your opponent's battle cards with 15k or less and switch it to active mode. It gains 5k power for the duration of the turn and then take control of it. So it's like the Mira. They're really putting a lot of cards out here that take control of other cards. First Mira and now Baby. And I understand that's kind of how their characters work, but that's a little ridiculous. Field card, Planet M. You play it in the field, and then you drop it. When this card's placed in the battle area, if your leader card's Dr. M, draw a card, and then activate in battle. Switch this card to rest mode. If it's your turn, choose up to one of your opponent's leader cards or battle cards. It loses 5k, and if a battle card's power falls less than 0 or less, it's KO'd. I mean, okay. Alright, now we're on to the blue leaders. First up is Majin Buu, which finally we got Majin Buu. The unawakened side is when this attacks a leader card, place the top card of your deck under this card. Then, if there were 2 or more cards under this card, or under the leader card, draw a card. So essentially, the first turn you won't draw a card, but every turn after that they don't awaken you, you're drawing a card by putting a card under your leader. At 4, flip over, become awakened. Once per turn, when this card's attack, place the top card of your deck under this card and then draw a card. So again, drawing cards like crazy. And then activate main, choose 5 cards from under this card, place them in the drop area, switch this to active mode, and it gets 5k power for the duration of the turn. So this means, you sit there and you collect cards. It does not say once per turn for the activate main. You can sit here and collect it and collect it and collect it and collect it. I'm assuming, because it does not say once per turn like above does. So you can take, let's say you have 15 cards under here. You attack. You take 5 out from under it. He's now up to 20k. You attack. You take 5 cards out from under it. He's now up to 25k. He attacks again. Do it one more time, and then you're up to 30k, and you've gotten 3 attacks with the leader. I'm not sure if that's going to stay as the ruling, but this says activate main. This does not say once per turn. We'll see. That's going to be kind of insane. So here is the new leader that I'm really excited about. And this is what I was talking about earlier when I said I'm going to build a red aggro deck. This is Son Goku. Permanent, you can only play 6 energy. So this as an aggro deck won't really hurt me as bad. But check this out. Activate main. Place 1 card from your hand to the drop area. If you have no energy, so turn 1 or turn 2 if you're going second, choose 2 cards from your life and add them to your energy. So technically, you can run other colors with this, but then you're running the risk of having more than just a single color in your energy, which you can run blue and red, but then if you're going super aggro and you're trying to get a bunch of Kabbas out or something, you're going to end up hurting yourself. But I'm probably going to run this blue-red, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. If I end up getting a blue in there, that's fine. That's just for my negates or whatever. It's going to be kind of an aggro middle ground type deal. But everybody turn 1 will be using that. And then if you're the first to go, on your second turn, you'll have 3 energy and your opponent will have 1. But you can awaken turn 1 if you get 2 Kabbas. So then, let's look at the awaken side. Again, place up to, you can only have 6 energy. This one's almost like the Soul Striker, but it says at the end of your turn, choose up to 3 of your energy and to switch them to active mode. So that means you can tap out. Completely tap out, have nothing left. And you cannot fully tap out because whenever you end your turn, you switch 3 to active. So this means like Soul Striker, you can still tap out because you can attack with Soul Striker and then play something out and be completely out. This won't allow you to. You physically cannot tap out with this deck unless you're tapping out defensively. And then obviously when this card attacks, draw 1. This is probably going to be my new leader, and I hope he's foil. I don't think he's going to be because he's uncommon, but man, am I excited for him. And then we got a 7-drop, 3 of them being blue. Ultimate Spirit Sun Goku. So the EX evolves kind of confuse me. I'm reading them. I understand what they're saying. But there's like 3 new evolutions that happen in set 3. And I think it's too much, too fast. But whatever. EX evolve. Place 2 cards from your hand in the drop area. Blue Sun Goku with an energy 5 cost or more has to be on the battle area. And then you play this on top of it. But it only costs 1 blue energy to evolve. So you can evolve it for 1 blue energy if you have a 5-drop on the field. It's a double strike. Your opponent cannot activate counters against this card. And then when this card attacks, choose up to 5 battle cards in your energy area and combo with them. So realistically, if you knew you had this card and you were playing it smart, you'd put 5 10k combos down there, or 5 10ks, and then, or put your Piccolo's down there or your super combos down there because it is a battle card, and then you combo with it, and then you'd get to draw off. If this wasn't a 7-drop, it'd be broken, but I can still see some. Like, you can run this with the new leader because it only costs 1 blue energy. And so the 6 energy isn't broken quite yet. For Furious Rush Super Saiyan 3 Goku, dual attack. When you play this card, draw a card. 5-drop, 20k. Yeah. And what's funny is he's only 2 blues, so it seems like those reds were really just pushing too hard. Final Explosion, Prince of Destruction Vegeta. Double strike at the end of your battle. After this card attacks, place this card at the bottom of your deck and then choose any number of opponent's battle cards, which total adds up to 5 or less, and KO it. So he's a double strike KO that you end up taking your own self out for. I mean, we can see it. I can see it having its uses, but 4 energy for a single double strike is kind of rough. The Universal Grand Supreme Kai's 2-drop, 1 blue. When you play this card, choose up to 1 battle card other than Grand Supreme Kai with a card name that includes Supreme Kai from your deck and add it to your hand, then shuffle your deck. Very simple combo card. Unyielding Defender, East Supreme Kai. He is a blocker and he is a barrier. So he is the ultimate blocker because he can't be targeted by Kales or Broly's or Beerus. He cannot be chosen by opponent's cards skills. So he is the ultimate blocker. They have to attack you to get rid of it. So this is one of these cards that I think is going to be broken, but I'm going to play the hell out of it. Majin Defier, West Supreme Kai. It's a barrier. It cannot be choosed by skills. So pretty much if you put this in active mode and you leave it, they can't kill it unless they have a card that can attack active cards. Permanent, you can use this card to pay energy cost even when it's in your battle area. So that means if I'm 2 energy short, bam. That completely breaks the fact that Goku leader can only have 6 energy because you can just play 4 of these. And then you get free energy. Majin Defier, South Supreme Kai. He's a 3-drop, 1 blue. Critical. When this card attacks, choose one of your opponent's battle cards with an energy cost 3 or less and return it to their hand. Cards stacked under it go into the drop area. Pretty straightforward card. I can see its uses. Energy Power Gotenks is a 3-drop, and it's good. Or it was good. I don't know how it's going to stack up with the new stuff. So far, it seems like it's still going to be a good card, but anyway. Majin Defier, North Supreme Kai, blocker. When you play this card, choose up to one god in your battle area with an energy cost 3 or less, and then switch it to active mode. So this one, you can attack with it, and then you can use this one and switch it back up, and then do it again. So they're making a lot of cards intertwined with each other. Kabito, Kai's Attendant, 2-drop, 1 blue. Activate main, switch this card to rest mode, choose one of your battle cards, return it to hand, then choose one of your opponent's battle cards with an energy cost 3 or less, and then return it to their hand. That's a 1-cost cheap. I think this critical one right here is way better because it's every time he attacks, and he's critical, so he's actually doing damage, and this one's just kind of the weaker version of it. Powers combined, Kabito Kai. He is the blue super combo, but this is why blue is OP compared to red. Super combo, when you combo with this card, if your leader's blue, 4 or less life, you get the 10k combo. Fine. This is different than red for some reason, and it does not make sense. Then choose up to 1 card in your opponent's combo area, and then return it to the owner's hand. Then, if there are no cards in your opponent's combo area, draw a card. So you don't get to draw a card immediately off the 10k, but you get to do it, and then you get to Jocko, and if there aren't any cards in their combo area after that, you can draw a card. But even then, it is a 10k plus a Jocko, so this combo is worth 15k minimum, 20k maximum. You can combo this, and it's taking 20k off of the opponent's combo if you combo and Jocko like a... I say Jocko because Ultimate Judgment Jocko was the only card before this that could do it. But that card just became a 20k combo card pretty much. Thinks he's the best Hercule. I've heard a lot about going on with this, and I don't understand why, unless there's something you feel like you have to put down as energy, and then you want to take it back later, you can play this. But even then, it's kind of meh. When you play this card, if your leader card is Majin Buu, choose 2 of your energy, place them at the bottom of your deck in any order, then take the top 2 cards off your deck and add them to your energy. Alright guys, only 2 more pages, and realistically it's only 1 because the last page is pretty short. Agent of Resurrection Babidi, 1-drop, 1 blue. When you play this card, look at the top 3 cards of your deck, choose a Majin Buu and add it to your hand. Simple enough. Not a complex card. Magician's Father Bibbidi, permanent. All of the Majin Buu in your battle area gain barrier, which is strong. Granted, this is a 4-drop, 2 blue, but that's strong. When you play this card, choose up to 1 out of control evil Majin Buu from your deck and play it. Then shuffle your deck. Now, I haven't seen that yet. Hopefully it's in this list so I can see actually how broken this card is. Oh, here we go. Alright, so... out of control evil Majin Buu is a 3-drop, 2 have to be blue, or you can use Bibbidi. It is a critical, has a union absorb of 1 blue energy. Place 1 battle card from under your hand, or from your hand under this card. Then choose. Wow, okay, this is broken. Choose up to 1 blue Majin Buu with an energy cost of 5 from your deck and place it on top of this card. So you can either play this out with Bibbidi, or you can pay 3 energy for it. And then you pay 1 blue energy, put a card under it, and now you're going to have a 5-drop out on the field. By the way, he's critical. So, let's see. Oh, here we go. Here's a 5-drop. This isn't broken at all. Evolve. You can choose to evolve, or you can use the Union Absorb said previously. 5-drop, 25k, dual attack. Activate main once per turn. Choose 1 South Supreme Kai under this card and gain all of the chosen skills for the duration of the turn. So I'm curious on how the Kais would get under that card, but sure. Oh, here's another card that can be pulled out with that 3-drop out of control. Majin Buu, Dawn of Rampage. He also has a Union Absorb. He has Barrier. It costs two any energy though for the Union Absorb, but when this card is under the Majin Buu, or when this card is under a card, the Majin Buu on top gets Barrier. So this gives it a free Barrier. So you can use one to get it to here, and then attack, and then use two energy to get it to something else. Awakening Evil Majin Buu. So we're not there yet. Okay. God Absorber Majin Buu, 20k, 5 cost, 2 blue, evolve onto a Supreme Kai. Maybe that's what the other one was talking about, the evolution. Double Strike. If this card were to leave a battle area when there are any Supreme Kais under this card, place all cards under this card in the drop area instead. So if I evolve onto a Grand Supreme Kai, you have to kill this card twice. Interesting. The most evil absorption in history. It's a 3-drop, 2 of them being blue. If your leader card is Majin Buu, choose one of your Majin Buu and one of your opponent's battle cards. Place the chosen opponent battle card under the chosen Majin Buu. Wow. Okay, so that kills any card. That has no cost requirement, so for 3 you can kill any of your opponent's cards. Makes sense. Rebirth of Justice, 4 of them, 4 energy, 2 of them being blue. Choose up to 1 blue battle card in your hand with an energy 5 or less and play it. Then choose one of your opponent's battle cards and return it to hand. Again, disgusting card. You're telling me for 4 energy, I can play with a 5 cost and return a card to the opponent's hand. Yes, please. That seems gross. And it doesn't say it has to be a blue. So I could play this, play Super Saiyan Gotenks. When I play Super Saiyan Gotenks, I can flip 2 energy active and draw a card, and I'm popping one of your cards. This is getting insane, and I feel like there's going to be rules made about a lot of these cards. Buu Make You Cookie. 1 drop, blue, counterattack. And then if your leader is Majin Buu, you may place 1 card from your hand in the drop area. If you do, choose one of your Majin Buu and one of your opponent's battle cards with 3 or less, and place the chosen battle card under the chosen Majin Buu. So this is the same as the one from before, except you do it during a negate, and it can be a 3 cost or less. But again, this is a lot for 1 card to do. You're negating the attack, you're choosing a 3-drop, and as long as you have a Majin Buu on field, you're putting it under the Majin Buu. And I don't know if that means leader. So here we go. Here's the first of the black leaders. Mira, unawakened side is when this card attacks, place the top 2 cards of your deck in the drop area. Then if there's a green or a yellow in the battle area or drop area, draw a card. So if you run green or yellow, and every time you attack unawakened, you're drawing a card. And then 4 or less, awaken. If your warp has 5 or more cards in it, this card gains critical. That's pretty strong, because 5 or more warp is not difficult to get if you run like almost any warp. And especially if you're trying to get your warp high, that's pretty easy. Activate main. Place 2 cards from the top of your deck in the drop area, and then draw a card when this attacks. Mira, I see his problem being decking out. Because unawakened, you're dumping 2 cards every turn when you attack. Awakened side, you're dumping 3 cards every time you attack. But I guess you don't have to do this. Let me see the unawakened side. No, so the unawakened side, you have to put 2. The awakened side, you don't. But I can still see that being an issue. If I keep you unawakened long enough, you're just not going to attack me because you're going to deck out. Next is another Trunks leader. When this card attacks, place the top 2 cards on your deck into the drop area. If there's a red or blue, draw a card. So it's the opposite of Mira. Instead of green or yellow, it's red and blue. Awaken at 4 life. Flip. Once per turn, same thing. I can put cards into the drop area. And the whole reason for the drop area is to warp. So, or use Overrealm. When this card attacks, draw a card. And then you may choose 5 cards in your drop area and send them to your warp. If you do, this card gets 5k and double strike. I can say that's pretty good. That's a free 5k and double strike added for sending 5 cards to your warp. So, Awakened Warrior Bardock, 4 cost. So he's an Overwhelm card. So you have to have 4 cards in your energy or in your drop area to play him. When you play this card using Overwhelm, this card gets double strike, which I'm pretty sure you have to play this using Overwhelm. I don't know if you can actually just pay 4 energy for it, but nobody ever does. Unrelenting Assault Trunks, he's an Overwhelm 3. When this card is sent to the warp from your battle area or deck, add it to your hand. So he's essentially Overwhelm him. Goes to warp at the end of the turn because of Overwhelm, as long as he isn't killed by a skill, and he's going to go back to hand. Makes sense. Supreme Kai of Time, World Protector. She is a super combo for warp, but for any color. Super combo. When you combo with this card, if you have 5 or more cards in your warp, draw a card and get 5k or 10k. So this is essentially the regular 10k. They've called them super combos now, but this is essentially the same 10k as set 1 and set 2s, or I'm assuming just set 1s 10ks. Like, there's no additional bonus. Red was 10k and a Sensu Bean, I think, if your leader was Pan, and then blue was 10k and a Jocko, and black's just 10k and draw a card. Toa, Reprogrammed Menace, Xeno Evolve, so you have to have 4 energy, and then you play it on top of a Toa. When this card evolves into this card, choose one of your opponent's battle cards with an energy cost 6 or less, switch it to active mode, and take control of it. That's devastating. For 4 energy, to take control of a 6-drop and have a 15k, that can be devastating if somebody gets that off. 1 cost. When you play this card, look at the top 7 of your deck, choose a mirror or a mass saying among them, and add it to your hand. Just a card search out. Relentless Destruction Mirror, Overwhelm. When you play this card using Overwhelm, your opponent chooses 1 card in their hand and places in the drop area. I mean, sure, that can be devastating, but Shun Shun, Protector Majin, Blocker. When you play this card, place 2 cards from the top of your deck in the drop area. When this card is attacked, if your opponent's leader is red or blue, this card gets 15k power for the duration. So if you're playing this blocker, and you play it as a blocker, and then you are facing somebody who is red or blue, and you switch it to blocker, so now they're being attacked, this becomes a 30k blocker. That's insane. And I'm assuming the other Majin sister is the same thing. Okay, so this one isn't blocker. This is Haru Haru Attacker Majin. Oh, okay, so it's a little different. I don't know how I feel about this. I wish one was a blocker for 2 colors and this was a blocker for another. But this one's saying it's a critical. When you play this card, place 2 cards from the top of your deck into the drop area. And then when you play this card, if your opponent's leader card is green or yellow, choose up to 4 of your energy and switch them to active mode. So I can see this card and the card above it being in sideboards just for the fact of, oh, you're this color, sideboard. Oh, you're this color, sideboard. These are going to be 8 cards in my sideboard immediately. Like, I can already tell. 4 energy. Activate main. Choose 1 battle card in your warp with energy cost 4 or less and play it. If you use this skill to play a card with Overwhelm, choose the 3 of your energy and switch to active mode. So if you use this, it has Overwhelm on it. You pretty much paid the 1 energy for this. And going on to the last page, which only has like 2 items, we've got Time's Judgment, 1 drop, counterattack, negate the attack, then you may place 2 cards from your hand to the drop area. If you do so, add this card to your hand. That's insane. You pay 1 energy, any energy, because it's colorless, you can negate it, and then let's say you have 2 10Ks in your hand that you're not going to be able to combo out with. You can put those 2 cards in the drop area and get another the gate. That's pretty insane. Actually, that's the only item on this list. So that's it, guys. I know this is a long video, but this is all of the new cards that the Dragon Ball card game has out on their website right now. As more come out, like I said, when the boxes come out, I'm getting 2 boxes. I'm doing a box opening video, and then I might do a video of me just trying to build a deck. So that's kind of going to be it. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like, leave a comment what you guys are most excited for in the next set, and what decks you're thinking about building, what leaders you want to use. And that's it, guys. I'll talk to you later. Peace.